Zentangle friends. My name is Emmy. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. I'm really pleased to be here with you today. I can't believe we're already on day 11. January is such a gloomy month for many of us, but it's just all different when we're inside working on a project together. I'm enjoying this challenge so much, and I'm sure you are as well. Here's my treat for the day and my usual supplies, although I wanted to share with you that I'm incorporating my chalk pencil, my blue one, into our practice page here. So, Debbie New says, dance and spin and rotate like you're 22. And how clever is that? So, let's go ahead and get started. One side, I've actually laid out information on both sides because I want to have it for a future time when maybe this isn't as fresh in my mind. I am going to divide this bijou in half, and then I'm going to divide it in half in the other direction in simple pencil form, like that. Okay, it is very, very hard for me to aim correctly on this. So you just have to work with me. My idea is I want to start here, and I want to start here in each of these two. So I'm making myself a little tiny tick mark that is meant to be changed. Okay, working in pencil, because that's how we learn the best in my opinion. I'm going to come around here like this. Bring my line all the way around, and it's hard to work slowly, but I'm going to try my best for you and me. And so what I did was just overdraw out, back, around, and down to about that point. Here's my biggest problem is here I need to bring this up just a tiny bit like this. Do you see? Around and around and aim for there. Perfect. Yay, Emmy. This is not easy, I'll tell you. Let's do the other side. Well, the getting's good, right? I've got my line. I'm coming to here. I'm coming around again, getting my muscle memory and aiming for about that spot. Let's do it again. Up high a little bit, around. A little faster did help me. Know that it's pencil, anytime you do this, is made to be changed. You see how I made a line to connect my two twos? Okay, so that I won't deny that that is tricky. We've not yet finished the pattern, but let's overdraw what we did. Do you see now the idea of the two twos? Kind of clever, huh? And then you can trace around and make an aura either on the inside or the outside. It does not matter. It is your call. Come around. Trace your aura down and kind of leave it right there. Let's do this again. You remember pencil lines are made to be changed. If you're not super happy with the way this started, just change it up a little. How far? So good so far, I hope. And let's make another aura line. Well, Maria from Rick and Maria always says, when in doubt, aura. And that is actually part of this pattern. I'm going to connect here. Perfect. Now, there is another step in the pattern. From here, the top of where the two turns, I'm going to make a stick like that. From the bottom of where the two turns, I'm going to put a stick. And then from here, I'm going to bring a line in, at least halfway, maybe more, depends on how big this is. My two is pretty skimpy this time. And let's do this again. So from the back of where it turns, straight down. From this part of the 2, straight out. From here, back. And it's just that simple. So let's have a little fun because we have a little extra time here. And let's put a little treatment in here. I really like poke leaf, poke root. So I made a stick and a second stick with a smile, upside down smile, coming back a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and put those together. And I always like to add that little aura line there. Let's do another one. I turned my work ever so slightly. A stick and a stick. Frown. Start about a third of the way down and back. And a little bit of a top notch there. I love it. I have room for one more if I'm careful. Make my stick come out here. Frown is halfway hidden. And let's do the other side too. This is a keepsake, so why not do something fun for ourselves? Stick and a stick, frown, and out. And a bit of an aura line that's built in. Sometimes I put little tiny sticks in those. That's really cool too. Do another one here. Go behind. And you see I little twirled that little top knot. I quite like that too. This stick is a curve and a curve instead of straight. Go behind, or at least I have to. And a little bit of a top knot on all three of them. I love that. Okay, so I think this is very, very fun. And let's go ahead and shade this because we can. Oh, you know what? I'd like to put a little treatment in here. Well, I've got you. This little area here just begs for me to put something fun in here. Look what I'm doing. Oh, I don't have to do that. That's definitely an embellishment, but I think it looks really cool. I am going to get a little shading on this, and I'm going to shade with my blue pencil. So I'm going to get a little shade in here and help that look a little bit more rounded. And then the same thing here and help that get a little more rounded. And then I want to shade under this lip here. Add a little graphite, or actually I'm adding the blue this time instead of graphite. On each of these, a little bit in the point. Do you see how I added a little there? And then I'm going to go and try to go all the way around my pencil where I added this for us. And then look what I'm doing here, just a little bit behind with blue. Bring it along. Have to lift my graphite pencil, or my blue pencil, excuse me. I think I'd like that line to pop up a little more. And maybe a little bit back here on the back side of the 2. So I have a blue or a blender stump dedicated to chalk. I'm not going to use it every time, but once you start using it, you have to kind of keep on with what you got going on. Soften that up a little bit. and here, and along the outside edges. I will try to remember to put a link for chalk pencils in case you want to have an idea of how to get them faster or quicker. And I'm going to use my regular blender stump, not blue, to smudge those pencil lines that I added in here. Isn't that sweet? Be sure to put your initials on here. Let's see, I've got my 005. So I can put my initials on here. ME.26. Let's do a fragment before we get started because this is the pattern itself. So I'm going to do a fragment on the reverse side as also part of the keepsake. I'm going to put a line right down the middle to make a triangle shape, a pie shape, because that is now we're going to make half of the pattern, not the whole thing. So, but it kind of ends up looking like the whole thing. I'm going to start here and I'm going to end up in here. And maybe I'll do that. Just let's be smart here. Let's do this in pencil first, right? Okay, come along. Make a big wide arc and end here. Not bad, Emmy. Pat yourself on the shoulder. And I hope yours came out just as beautifully. Go the other direction now. Okay, starting here, air draw, come through and stop. Pencil, I remind myself, more than you is made to be changed. There, that's not bad either. Woohoo! All right. Come along and overdraw with your pen. Fix any wavy lines that you weren't too happy with. And let's do an aura line. Very nice. Little too much coffee this morning for me. And then, remember how we finish it off? From the end, a stick out. From the other end, a stick out. From here, radiating a stick up. It's easier to see on this long one, isn't it? I personally like this treatment. So I'm going to use it again. And then I'm going to put some orbs in here for a finishing touch this time. So I'm adding some dots and sticks right to my other page, Isn't that fun? It's so pretty. Okay, well, let's finish up the other side now. So overdraw the pencil one you made. Come around. And maybe a substantial dot, and maybe not so much. Your call. Take a breath. This is working out well for us today. Let's put our aura line around. Lift your pen as much as you need. Very nice. I'm having so much fun with this challenge. I certainly hope you are too. Since you're checking back, you must be, right? And turn your work again. Let's from here down. This is quite a keeper, I think. I really, really like this pattern. At first, I wasn't so sure, but now I've gotten to know it a bit, and I really like it a lot. A lot. Little sticks. Start here and make your line up or back the other direction, does not matter. And then let's put those orbs inside like we did the other way. You can squeeze them in or not, your choice. Now I had a little time, so I made a sample for you because I couldn't help myself. Look. So this is what I did with the blues, and I also added a little flux, and I just thought that was just fun. But wait, I want to show, oh no, not there. Here, look at this one. So look how cool it looks with darkening it with all the black behind it. So the whole thing isn't black, but just partially, right? So that would be very fun. Turn this into something like that. So anyway, either way, let's finish up what we did here. This is a fragment. I'm gonna put a line between them. And then I'm going to put a little something in the corner here. Put a little flux. That's just that little teardrop shape. And maybe a little fescue coming out. And then the other direction. Do this again on the back side. Little flux here, a little teardrop, and a second one. And maybe a little flux coming out, or a little fescue coming out again. So let's go ahead and darken all of the outside edges. And I am going to also darken in here. Add some of my blue chalk. And it will fill up quite nicely. You see, I'm just putting little smiles. I'm trying to get this to look a little more rounded, not quite so flat. I'm putting a little shade here on either side of those sticks. You see here? And then all the way around the outside again with my pencil. And you could just use your regular pencil. That's gorgeous. But I'm going to continue in my blue theme today. And as I go by my flux, I put a little tiny bit of blue in the flux also. Are you ready? Let's go ahead and lay some of that. Keep in mind, you probably got a lot of graphite or blue chalk on your blender. So you might want to do the outside edges first before you do in here. I just love this. I love it. I love it. I hope you do too. At first, I wasn't so sure about this pattern. This was Emmy's challenge for sure. But I really, really like the way it turned out. Push your chalk in a little. Do you see how I'm pushing this in? So that I still want the white, but I also do want the chalk to be softened. And in here too. What else did Emmy miss? Oh dear, be kind everybody. I didn't miss too much. Okay, so if you have too much chalk on here, grab any spare paper you like, just like we do with our blender stumps. Get some of that blue off of there. So that, because I really do want to soften this in here too. And I don't have, these are very small. So in these orbs, see, I want to add a little bit in there. So we are working in one of the fragment pieces, and I think I'll do it work here, but you can work anywhere you like. And I'm going to come along. I'm going to come along here like this. Go to each wall the best I can and come and end here. Come along. It's hard to work slow, isn't it? And then a pretty good sized little ending dot. Okay, I want to go ahead and do an aura line. Working very, very slowly. That's not easy. And then you remember here, make a line out. And at the end of this, another line. And I like those dots and or sticks. And then from here, come back here. If you want to embellish like I did, adding a few of these orbs is a really nice touch. You might decide you just want to darken it, or you might want to not do anything at all. All of these things are fine. Take a minute and darken your shape, your triangle fragment. And maybe you'll want to just round the corners tonight or today, whenever you've got a chance to do this fun project. Very, very cool. Now, a little bit of shading. I'm not ready to go to my blue in here yet, so I'm just going to add, oh no, I don't want to add shade, I forgot, because I'm afraid I'll get my elbow in it. So let's call that good, and thank you so much for being here. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.